Hello, good morning, student. So, today we are starting with the next chapter, that is chapter 11, and the name of the chapter is The Proposal. Total, there are three characters in this chapter. The first character is Lomo, he is the neighbor over here. The second character is the Chubuko, he is the landowner, and the third one is Natalia. Natalia is the daughter of Chubuko. Actually, the whole story is about a Russian wedding, and initially in the chapter, the description of the Russian wedding has been given. So, in this chapter, we will be getting the information about how a Russian wedding has been celebrated and what is the main purpose of this chapter. Fine, so the main story is about Lomo. Lomo is a very rich person and he has gone to the Chubuko's house for requesting Chubuko to give the permission to marry his daughter Natalia. So let us just start with the story. Chapter 11, Part 1, The Proposal. So the whole chapter has been divided into two parts, and the author of the chapter is Anton Chekhov. So, initially in the textbook as well, the description of the Russian wedding has been given over here. So, let us just start with the description or the introduction that how a Russian wedding has been celebrated. The proposal, originally titled A Marriage Proposal, is a one act play, a farce by the Russian short story writer and a dramatist Anton Chekhov. It was written in 1888-89. The play is about the tendency of wealthy families to seek the ties with other wealthy families to increase their estates by encouraging marriages that makes a good economic sense. So the original name of the story is A Marriage Proposal, and actually it is a marriage proposal. It is a one act play written by a Russian short writer, story writer, and a dramatist. And this story was written in 1888-89. The major reason or the main tendency was that there were two wealthy families, and to increase the estates of each other families, and by encouraging the marriage, this act has been formulated. Lemo, Ivan Lemo, a long-time wealthy neighbor of Stepan Chubukov, also wealthy, comes to seek a hand of Chubukov's 25 years old daughter Natalia. So the description is given that Lomo is a wealthy neighbor of Chubukov, and Chubukov was also a wealthy person who was having a huge high financial income. So Lomo is going to the Chubukov's house to take the permission to marry Natalia. All three are quarrelsome people and they quarrel over petty issues. But the nature of all the three persons, that is Lomov, Chubukov, and Natalia, is such that they just quarrel over some silly questions at each other, or they will shout at each other over silly questions. The proposal is in danger of being forgotten amidst all this quarreling. So, what happens that when they start quarreling, Lomo initially forgets that for what reason he had came to the Chubuko's house. Actually, he had came to the Chubuko's house to grant the permission to marry his daughter Natalia. But when the quarrel begins, he will forget about everything that for what reason he has came to the Chubuko's house. But the good economic sense ensures that the proposal is made after although the quarreling perhaps continues. But the benefit or the good economic benefit that they are having is that he ensures that the proposal is made by Lumu in the favor of Chubuko for marrying his daughter Natalia. But after keeping that proposal as well, the quarrel continues. So the description is given in preparations of a Russian wedding. A Russian wedding is very simple. The planning only includes arranging for rings, brides, dresses, cars, and a reception. So the planning of a Russian wedding only includes the rings, means the rings of both the bride as well as the groom, the dress for the bride, and the cars and the reception party. Earlier, the bride's family paid for the reception, but nowadays, brides and groom's families usually share the expenses. Initially, the system was that whatever the expenditure is occurred during this Russian wedding, this whole expenditure is borne by the family of the by the family of the bride. But nowadays, the system has changed that whatever the expenses are borne during this Russian wedding, the expenditure will be divided into two equal parts and it will be borne by both the bride as well as the groom. A Russian wedding lasts for 2 days. Usually, a Russian wedding would last for a period of 2 days. Some wedding last as a long week as the occasion becomes something to remember for years. But if the bride or the groom is financially fit and strong, and if they want to, they can have a number of functions and they could last their wedding for the whole week, and it would become the most memorable event which would be remembered by everyone for a number of years. The necessary part of the wedding ceremony is a wedding procession of several cars. So the necessary wedding part is that they would be having a procession of a number of cars. The best friends of the bride and or the groom meet before the wedding for a number of times, make the posters, write the speeches, and organize the contest. So the best friends or the friends of the bride as well as the groom would meet each other for a number of times. They would prepare the procession. They would do number of things like they would organize the content contest and everything. When the groom arrives to fetch the bride for registration, he has to fight to get her. So whenever the groom arrives in the wedding, he has to find the bride. Russians usually live in the apartments in the tall buildings, and the groom has to climb several stairs to reach the bride. And the houses in the Russia are such like a flats that they would be residing at the top floor, and it would be very much hard for the groom to reach his bride because when he is reaching over the top, number of friends would meet him, and he has to pass with all the friends. But at each landing, he must answer the questions to be allowed to go up. So, whenever the groom is going up to reach his bride, a number of questions would be asked by everyone, and he has to reply to that questions. Then only he would be allowed to go upstairs. The bride friend ask difficult questions, sometimes about the bride, sometimes just a difficult riddles, and the groom must answer with the help of his friends. So the bride's friends would give him number of questions like they will show some pictures or they will give some riddles and he is supposed to answer them correctly. For example, he may show some photos of a baby girl and he must say which one is his bride. If he guesses wrong, he must pay cash to move ahead. So he is supposed to answer the questions. But if he fails to answer the questions correctly, then he has to pay the cash to move ahead. After the marriage registration, a newly married couple leaves the guest for a tour of a city site. After 2 or 3 hours of the city tour, the couple arrives at the reception. So after the marriage registration is over, they would go for city tour for 2 to 3 hours. A number of guests would leave them, and after the city tour, they would again come on the occasion of reception. The couple sits at a specially arranged table with their family, friends, and the invited guest. And the newly married couple will sit with their friends, family members, and the invited guest at a separate seat which is arranged for them. The reception starts with the toast of the couple. A wedding toast is a custom where a close friend or a relative of the groom or a bride say a few words to wish the couple when everyone raises your glass of wine and drink up in the same moment. So a reception starts with the toast of a couple. Toast means a custom where any of the family member, either of a bride or a groom, will say some good wishes, or they would give some good wishes to the newly married couple, and they would raise the glass of wine and would start the reception party by drinking the wine at the same moment. The groom is then asked to kiss the bride. After a few toasts, people start eating and drinking and generally have fun. After some time, the bride gets stolen. She disappears, and when the groom starts looking for her, he is asked to pay a fee. So after that, the groom is asked to kiss his bride, and after that, a few toast means a number of people would come or would say some good wishes to the newly married couple, and then they would have fun. And afterwards, a bride would be stolen, so the groom is supposed to find the bride. But if the groom is fails to find the bride, he is supposed to pay the fees. Usually it is the friend of brides who steal the bride. The groom must pay the money for the shoes too. The guests enjoy watching this tussles and continue partying. So now the story starts. The character Stefan Stepanovich Chubuko is a landowner. Natalia Stepanov Chubuko is a daughter of 25 years old, and Ivan Vasilovich Lomo, a neighbor of Chubuko, a large, heartily but a suspicious landowner. So he is a landowner. A drawing room in the Chubuko's house. Lomo enters wearing a dress, jacket, and gloves. Chubuko rises to meet him. So when Chubuko was sitting in the drawing room, Lumos entered into the house wearing a dress with a jacket and white gloves in his hand, and Chubuko rises to meet Lomo. Chubuko, my dear fellow, whom do I see? Even Vasilovich, I am extremely glad, squeezes his hand. Now in this as a surprise, my darling, how are you? So Chubuko is really shocked after seeing Lomo in his house at such a time, and after a longer period of time, so he is totally surprised, and he is saying that I am extremely glad to see you, and what a pleasant surprise you have given to me. How are you? He is asking. Lomu, thank you. And how may you be getting on? So Lomu was saying that, oh, thank you. And how is your health? I am absolutely fine. Chubuko, we just got along somehow, my angel. Took thanks to your prayers and so on. Sit down, please. Do. Now, you know you shouldn't forget all your neighbors, my darling. So he is saying that no, I am absolutely fine, and thank you for your prayers that you remind me on your prayers as well. So Chubuko is just butter polishing to the Lomo, and he is saying that sit down, please sit down. And now you know that we should never forget to our neighbors. My dear fellow, why are you in a formal your get-up, evening dress, clothes, and so on? Can you be going anywhere, my treasure? So Chubuko was asking to the Lomo that why you have dressed up so nicely today. Are you going anywhere? Because he was wearing a clothes dress and everything. Lomo, no, I have only came to see your own Stepan Stepanovich. So Lomo was saying that no, I have just came to see you. Then why are you in an evening dress, my precious dear? As if you are paying a New Year's Eve visit. So Chubuko is asking to the Lomo that why you had came over here in such a beautiful dress as if it is a New Year's Eve. Lomo, well you see it's like this. I have come to you, Unod Stefan Stefanov, to trouble with you a request. So he is saying that I have came over here for something, and for the reason which I have came, I have already discussed with you earlier, not once or twice. I have already had the privilege of applying you for help, and you have always to speak. I must ask your pardon. I am getting excited. I shall drink of water. Honored Stepanovich. So Lomo is saying to this Chubuko that I had already informed you about this thing twice or thrice, but right now I am getting quite excited, so I cannot say to you that for what reason I had came over here. So can you please hand over me a cup of or a glass of water? Chubuko, he's come to borrow money. Shan't give him any. Loud. What's my beauty? Aside, it is written aside. So Manhiman Chubuko is thinking that he has came over here to borrow the money from me. But from outside he is saying that what is it, my beauty? So what is it, dear, that you had already said to me before? You see, honored Stepanovich, I beg pardon, Stephen Honorit. I mean, I am awfully excited as I will, you will please notice. So he is saying that I am highly excited to say that for what reason I had came over you. In short, you alone can help me, though I don't deserve it and haven't any right to count on your assistance. Who is saying to Chubuko that you are the only one who would help me and I don't deserve anything else from you. I just want your help. Chubuko, oh, don't go round and round it, darling, spit it out. So he was just moving round and round, but Lomo was not able to say directly to the Chubuko that he had came over here to marry Natalia. So he Chubuko was saying that don't go round and round. जो भी है वो straightforward बोल लो one moment, this very moment. The fact is I have came to ask the hand of your daughter Natalia Stepanova in marriage. So he is saying that okay fine I am saying, and the next moment he said that I had came over here to ask the hand of your daughter Natalia for marriage. Chubuko, my love. Even Vasilevich. Say it again, I didn't hear it all. I have the honor to ask. So Chubuko was also shocked and he is saying that, oh, that's very good. I was also thinking about the same thing. And so he is saying that, I can't believe that you had said this. Can you say it again? Chubuko interrupting. My dear fellow, I am so glad. I am so, yes, and it, all that sort of thing. I have been hoping for it for a long time. So Chubuko was also interested in marrying his daughter Natalia to Lomo. So he is saying that I was highly excited and I was also hoping for the same thing since long. It's been my continual desire and I have always loved you, my angel, as if you were my own son. May God give you both. So Chubuko was saying to Lomo that as I had deserved this and as I was expecting the same, and I had always loved you, so God bless you. And I was always thinking as if you are my own son. I didn't bifurcated you from Natalia anymore. This help and this love and so on and such so much hope. What am I behaving is this idiotic way for? I am off my balance with joy, absolutely off my balance. Oh, with all my soul, I will go and call Natalia all that. So Chubuko is saying that for what reason I am standing over you in front of you like an idiot. I should go and call Natalia for this and I should give her this good news. Lomo, honored step in step forward. Do you think I may count on her consent? So he is saying that don't you think that she will accept the proposal or she will reject it? Chubuko, why of course my darling, and as if she won't consent, she is in love. Egged. She is like a lovesick cat and so on, shan't belong. So she is saying that Chibuko was saying to Lomo that if you don't think, then also I will help you to mm, help you that Natalia would accept this proposal. Why, of course, my darling, and as if she won't. Okay, so this was the first part, and in the next session, we will be doing the second part. Thank you.